And welcome back to the HyperX Esports Arena Las Vegas, where we got another East versus West showdown brewing. Let's jump into the next set of competitors for Team West. We have in the top lane a BRTT, in the jungle it will be Sneaky, mid lane Doublelift, bot lane Saya, a support Teal Wolf, and of course their coach returning Licorice.
I like this roster, as Licorice said. You got a lot of 80 carries, which were successful last time, and you got your jungler on support so they can control that vision.
And challenging them from the east, they are in the top lane, Bang, jungler Westdoor, mid laner Uzi, bot laner Triple, and support Artifact.
So what do we make of this draft? We're coming into, I recall from the North America versus Europe matchup, Vedius, you were talking a lot about the team that had more AD carries.
Yeah.
Ended up being in the advantageous position.
And we know AD carries are really strong in the current meta, so the more AD carry players you have, the better position you're in. And when we think about it, Team West, 2 AD carry players. They have an NA coach. And what we've seen already from the drafting from Licorice in Game 1, I'm expecting something special here in Game 2.
I hear what you're saying, but what if you have Uzi and Bang?
Okay, I have flip-flopped Team East. Really strong draft that they've got for themselves. I'm fascinated to see Uzi Doublelift mid lane matchup. Do we think they go full mages? Or do we think they're going to go for the AD carry matchup?
It's like the 1v1 we never get to see because Doublelift
It's never in the same group. It's never
at all.
all.
Yeah, maybe the jugglers can just leave them alone and they can just have a 1v1 for the first 10
That'd be
minutes.
great.
That'd be nice.
Do you leave things like Aurelia open because you assume no one can play it?
Ooh, Aurelia is just so good. Sure, I think.
Like, are you afraid of BRTT or Doublelift's Aurelia?
No.
I think, actually, after seeing Bang Zed yesterday, I might be afraid of his Aurelia.
Yeah, I think I would be as well. And Bang in the top lane, that's actually the scary matchup, I feel like, looking across these two. Uzi versus Doublelift. You can call me super biased for saying Doublelift can match up to Uzi, but in mid lane, you never know.
I have a question for you. With Syndra being banned, where do you think that Syndra was banned towards? And also, as we're going to turn our attention, if this Pyke gets locked in and you have just joined us, chat was hoping and praying and really wanting to see a solo lane Pyke from the first East versus West. Now, have you had any time to coerce or collude with Licorice or anybody else?
No, unfortunately, I had to cast that whole last game, so I didn't get a chance to talk to Doublelift and Sneaky and RTT and tell them to play Pyke, but you never know. It can go anywhere.
So we've also got to remember that Victor top was nerfed.
Sure.
It is much weaker now, but also it was Licorice that came up with the counter, I say in quotation marks, to the Victor, which was the Echo.
Yep.
Now, given that he has say in the draft, he may just force BRTT on to the Echo.
How confident are you that's top lane Victor? Why could it not go somewhere else?
Or ball lane Victor. Sneaky's done that before.
Yeah, he has. That's very true.
In answer to your way earlier question, Quickshot, I think the Cinder ban is towards Uzi. He's actually, the reason he's a 2-time 1v1 champion is because he's actually super good at mages and can beat mages in mage matchups and then beat ADs in AD matchups.
But I reckon that Yasuo is mid lane, and I reckon they've locked in the Vladimir for Doublelift, who's also shown his proficiency on Vladimir, as an answer to the Yasuo that I expect to be played by Uzi.
All right, let's see how the rest of this draft plays out, because a lot of flexing is what determined that game 1. Surprised us a little. We thought that Karthus was going to somewhere else. It ended up in the bot lane. It didn't give us the Dark Harvest that we were hoping for. And of course, Gragas, is that Sneaky Gragas we can assume? And then Rakan locked in. So assume that could be Rakan bot lane. And already some tools to enable this Yasuo.
Yeah, it could also be a support Gragas, just because it is a jungler bot lane in the support position. So the flexing is insane.
There's a lot. There's so much flexing, yeah. I mean, Team East, I say the only thing that's guaranteed is Artifact on Rakan, probably. Outside of that period of time when we saw mid lane Rakan, it hasn't really been flexed anywhere else, so...
Could it work on 824? Solo lane Rakan?
So. No, because they nerfed the... I want to say the scaling on Rakan, which made him worse full AP. But I can't exactly remember what happened to him, I just remember he fell off.
Well, we're in phase 2 now, and we're going to start piecing together, excuse me, the direction of these comps. And the AD carries are now being banned out. So Jhin and Xayah, so Team West feeling that Triple is going to be playing some sort of AD, we can assume, or denying something that Uzi could play solo in the mid lane. There's some question marks there.
What's funny is at this point in the draft, when you got 5 traditional AD carry players in BRTT, Sneaky, Doublelift, Bang, and Uzi, you may not even see any of them play AD carry. And the bot laners, being mid laners, may also just decide to play mid as bot lane. So you never know.
I would really like to see that personally. No AD carries. Give me 5 bruisers or mages or, you know, brawlers in the game. Team West, Team East make this happen. Of course, Team East already has a 1-0 advantage in this best of 3. We want Team West to balance it out, and then have the deciding game be Nexus Blitz. And this could be a case to be made that every deciding game should be Nexus Blitz.
What about Kindred? Do you two think that Kindred is fine?
What do you mean fine?
Well, because it's an AD carry, but it's in the jungle. It's a jungler for all intents and purposes. So if Sneaky were to play Kindred, would you be upset? Because I'd be fine with it, personally.
Yeah, I'd be totally okay with that.
Yeah.
No, I'd be disappointed. I don't want any AD carries, and so far we don't have any. Ivern was locked in. Come on, give me this Rise. Ike bottom
but
lane
the thing is,
terrifying.
yeah, because Saya is a mid lane player, so he might just be going for comfort right now. It looks like he is. And I think Rise... Rise actually does fine. Good, this looks good.
Okay, Licorice, I apologize for doubting you. I apologize for all of the negativity I threw your way in game number 1. You have redeemed yourself in the eyes of Quickshot. And over on the side of Team East, there might just be one additional tool. Now, will this be for Uzi in the mid lane, or what else? Will he take the Yasuo into the Darius? Where does Kai'Sa go, Vedius?
Triple. It's got to be triple.
I think it's triple.
Yeah. I think that what we've seen is that both sides are respecting their positions, which is good to know.
Yes.
You know, we're not seeing a huge amount of like swapping.
Players aren't taking things into their own hands.
And what we got to remember though is in game 1, they had 2 solo laners in Maple and Zeros that could be flexed between the 2 lanes, right? So Akali was a perfect pick. Now, though, the disadvantage for East is they have 2 AD carries playing in those solo lanes, right? They don't have the safety of someone else just carrying them through the laning phase anymore. Junglers are really unreliable, especially Westdoor on this Ivern. You don't know what he's going to do, right? So Uzi and Bang will have to fend for themselves against a Darius mid against the Yasuo. And this, if you don't know, can be quite a challenging matchup.
You can trade up until 20 seconds. So what just happened is they traded until Uzi was mid, and last second, that Darius and Vladimir traded between the mid and the bot lane for the West. Darius is known as a counterpick to melees in the mid lane.
Oh,
We actually saw it in LCS during some of the craziness we got at the start of the summer split. So a very real matchup, if you can actually believe it. And how better to test the skill of Doublelift and Uzi than to watch them play Darius
there is no better way, chat. There is no better way. Licorice said it himself. He's more confident in his players because he's got a couple NA boys on stage now, and they're going to be representing. You've seen it a couple times, you know. The NA North America For Fun region, can they bring up a For Fun victory? Doublelift and Uzi, there's a serious faces now. Because a few moments ago, with all the swapping shenanigans, Uzi, he looked a little uncomfortable. You know, that was a nervous smile, an uncomfortable smile when he wasn't sure what his matchup was going to be.
Well, now the hope of the West resides with the second squad, because with Team East already picking up a big win, arguably some could say a comeback victory after having a 10,000 gold lead. The pressure now falls on some American players, some Latin America, North and South players, and then BRTT from Brazil. We'll see if they can pull things back, make that Nexus Blitz the decider, or if Team East can close things out right now.
Also, I was pretty excited when Ivern got locked in.
Were you?
Yes,
Is that
Ivern,
the feeling that
Ivern is one of my most played champions since the release of Ivern.
So you don't have fun when you play League of Legends?
I had a phase. Let me explain this to you, Vedius. I had a wrist surgery, so I couldn't play any champions that required mechanics.
Oh.
But I still wanted to reach Diamond.
That's fair.
So I played Nunu and Ivern.
Oh, that makes sense.
And it was great, because you only have to find the player who is best in the game and just cast your buttons on that person.
What happens when that person's on the other team?
Then you cast your Nunu E button on that person, and when you put Daisy down, you click Daisy on that person. It's actually super effective.
All right.
Nunu has been changed to make that less effective, but you can still do the same things with Ivern. You max E, you do as much as possible to delay the enemy jungle. So watch this. He actually warded red, saw that they're not starting
beautiful
red.
pathing.
He's going to start red. So I actually think this is a little bit suboptimal because what you should have done is you should have been channeling one of your small camps, channeling your blue buff, then you can go in, smite the red, go back to your own blue buff, and pick them up because the channel time is already done. So Westdoor, not exactly the most experienced Ivern, but there's a level 2 game.
Well, let's see if we can help out in the mid lane. Uzi will be very happy because now Doublelift is blown that flash early on.
So you see, this is what he's doing right. He says, Uzi's the best player on the team. I'm going to run towards him and start pressing my buttons on Uzi. He actually did channel his blue buff. I missed that part, so he's doing it mostly right.
All right, so I do need to quickly check, though, because you said with the Broken Rush you still wanted to get Diamond. Did you get Diamond with Ivern?
Yeah,
Nunu?
I got like D4 with Ivern.
Congratulations.
Super easy.
Oh, that makes me feel bad about myself. What do you think of Vladimir and Pyke in the bottom lane? Because we weren't quite sure who was going to be complimenting this Pyke, but the kill potential once they get to 6 is terrifying to me.
You have done pretty much all the analysis, Quick Shot. Good job.
Great.
So I think you've summarized that matchup very nicely. The problem is in the early levels, their wave play is going to be lacking. You see a bit of trading in the middle lane. Thanks to the early gank that Uzi was able to get for himself, it does mean that he is generating good pressure, and I love his use of the ranged tornadoes to keep these trades going up.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Doublelift eating that skill shot as well, sending the message. Take a look. It comes under. Takes the tower shot, not enough yet to pick up the kill.
But look at the button presses.
Picks it up. But this is an advantageous trade for the East.
Yes, Uzi, knowing he's got Ivern in his back pocket, gets the first blood bonus and then denies a good number of minions to double.
Oh, here we go.
All right, this is the early level trading. Teal Wolf and Saya trying to get triple, as well as Artifact. Teal Wolf going to survive a few seconds longer. Triple's in trouble. Saya's now going to try run down Artifact. Not going to have enough CC to stick to him. He's level 3 on Vlad. This is not the scariest point for a Vladimir in the game.
True, but Vlad does win that trade because he gets the kill, whereas it's the Rakan that gets it from the opposite side. So let's watch this duel one more time. Uzi does have the health advantage at the start, but it is super difficult to get on Darius. However, we got Westdoor here. Got a shield. And doesn't get the damage from the shield. And then,
yes, this is the big thing. Doublelift thinks that he's got him with the apprehend, but he doesn't respect the knock-up that is available from Uzi. So it ends up being a trade kill, 1-for-1. But we've also got to acknowledge that Doublelift solo killed Uzi. A lot of legends are dying at this all-star event. Arguably one of Doublelift's biggest achievements to date. We'll see if he can make more as the game progresses.
However, if it was a 1v1, Uzi would have won because he killed him first. Disregard the fact that he did have 2 people in the 1v1.
Doublelift did need a tower. You're right. Never mind. Take it out of his trophy case. It's gone. All right, well, in terms of the 1v1 matchup, 20 CS advantage. So Uzi can still do Uzi things, even when in different lanes, is what we've learned.
Well, it definitely helps when Westdoor has been pushing his buttons in this lane multiple times.
It's literally, it's the play the Uzi comp.
Jack, it's very clear that you have been coercing and coaching the wrong side.
I don't know how Westdoor watched my games in D4, but somehow he studied my Ivern.
He was like, how do I get to Diamond on Ivern? I know where to go.
Oh, here we go.
That is the place. He's got Flash available to him, got Wind Wall available to him. I saw their BRTT was being pushed in the top lane. We've not touched on yet this Ryze versus Victor matchup. This Doublelift will trade a little bit here, but Uzi doesn't even take any tower shots. And then we haven't seen that top lane, so we'll get to that in a little bit.
The reason why we don't talk about the top lanes is because it's just a couple mages trading back and forth. They're going to be waiting for those big items before things really get exciting. And just as a reminder, top lane Victor did receive a big nerf on the most recent patch, which means that his base damages have been hit quite hard. He doesn't pressure as anywhere near as hard as he did before, as we see more trading in the mid.
All right, Westdoor goes in for the engage. Rushmaker comes out as a trade of 1-for-1 thus far. The kill was secured by Westdoor, whereas Doublelift does get the second of the game in favor of Team West.
I do just love that regardless of where Uzi plays, comps are still built around him. Just regardless of what Uzi does, the team says, you know what, let's just invest, invest, invest. The payout will be huge later on.
Yeah, absolutely the case. Yesterday in the tandem mode, I remember hearing Candace saying, when Twitch was locked in, so is this free win? And yes, it turned out to be a free win. All right, big trade at the bottom. He goes for the dive, goes out. Teal does find a stun. Saya's going to be forced to back away. One thing I want to point out, this is a Mountain Drake on the Rift right now. I think it's very important for Team West to pick it up because they don't have an AD carry. True. Killing towers is going to be so difficult. Artifact's able to dodge away from all sorts of engage on Team West, and now Doublelift finds himself in trouble once again.
Look
He's
who's
got
here.
that Noxian guillotine, but there's just not enough damage. Doublelift, my friend, you need to be more careful. In a 2v1, you should know better.
But we've talked about this. You know, mid lane, AD carries aren't used to this. Ooh, trading in the top lane.
All right, interrupted. And I think this is more than a trade. That's a defensive flash on BRTT. Bangs looking for the chase. Tower shot almost takes him down, but he survives.
Tank with
Here
Daisy.
comes Daisy.
Walk it in.
This is going to be very easily picked up. Westdoor decides, I can visit another lane and gets a kill for Bang.
He's making me want to play Ivern again. Like, he's not even that far behind in farm, which is a nice thing. He stole the blue buff. He goes in with Daisy. One thing that I would tweak is I like going Domination secondary and getting the Ingenious Hunter one, so your redemption is on a way lower cooldown once you get it.
Oh, that makes sense.
He's gone for Airy, which is still a shield amp, which is fine. But
You sound so disappointed. He's
What
like, he
does
watched my
have?
games. He learned my strat, but not my mastery.
not the best strategies. But other than that, the way he's playing around mid and top lane is very Ivern-like. And one more thing on Ivern, since I think we're going to have a while and I want to explain this for team fights, is Root Caller plus Yasuo is incredibly strong. Ivern is one of the best enablers for Yasuo, because not only does Daisy provide somewhat random feeling knockups in team fights because people have a hard time tracking the third Daisy auto attack amongst Chaos, but if you land a Q on someone, Yasuo gets within auto attack range, which basically makes him inescapable, because then he can still E after you get away from him rather than having to E to close the gap in the first place. So it makes Yasuo even more lethal.
I also think what we've learned this game is that Doublelift isn't a very good Darius player. He has been struggling in lane. We are seeing a bit of a gank up and towards the top side of the map.
Yeah, we do RC gank flash.
Yeah,
and
RC.
Bang escapes with his line.
Well,
Very nicely done. But Uzi continues to trade 77 CS to 40. On the way to double. Westdoor, come on, go for the dive. No Daisy available. Rushmaker comes down for some interruption. Doublelift gets some decimate damage down, but it's not enough. Doctrine Guillotine will catch onto Westdoor, and Sneaky misses the barrel. That's simply not good enough for this level of play. But not this time round. It's a double kill for the East as we jump down to the bottom. Trading goes back and forth. Saya's running for his life. Jumps back up. Throws out the Hemo Plate. This will bring him back to close to HP, max HP. But the Team East are off to a flying start. 3,500 gold lead. And it's feeling like game one all over again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm wondering, like, a lot of teams play around Uzi, and Uzi loves playing Ezreal and Xayah, but... but this new Ivern Yasuo thing, I feel like is going to be pretty intoxicating.
Yeah.
To constantly have this Ivern shield on you that also does damage to your opponent.
you right, that quick shot?
Sorry, I just love the idea that Uzi gets executed.
The instant...
Guys, there's something wrong with my screen. Something has happened.
There's this color I've not seen this color very often.
I'm not used to this.
What is happening? Obviously, we'll give you guys an update as soon as we hear what is potting. But let's get back to this Yasuo Ivern. Why do you use the word intoxicating?
Because it just must be so nice for him. Like, yes, when he plays bottom lane, he often has a 3v2, which is nice. That is 50% more people than the opponent. But when you have a solo lane and there is a jungler there, that is now 100% more people than the other team. So it is a much bigger advantage. And I think he's learning this in this game.
Give me a statistical improvement on your odds of winning the game, whether you have the 50% more people in bottom lane with Uzi or the 100% more people in the mid lane. What gives you higher odds at overall victory? I know it's fine.
It sounds like you have
Which stats are Jet stats, right?
You have a 50% chance of winning bot lane in 3v2s and a 100% chance of winning solo lanes in 2v1s if we go
Hey guys, if any of you at home are lost, I would just say that the better player always wins. And right now we're seeing two better players better than one. So that's how I do my quick match.
Uzi may be winning the 1v1. He's definitely winning the 2v1. That is one thing I'll say.
What do we make of the first 10 minutes of both games now? We've got to see both regions. Of course, it's not the same sets of players, right?
All right,
keep
so
this in mind.
one thing we can be confident on.
The only consistent here is the coach, and we'll get to that later.
Sure, we can get to that later. The one thing I will say is that twice in a row now, laning phase has definitely gone in favor of the East, especially in the mid lane. We've seen Akali in game one. We saw Yasuo in game two. A lot more jungle involvement from Westdoor. And the thing The thing I think that mid laners going to jungle have over pretty much any other position is they know how valuable ganks are in mid lane, right? And they sit there and they go, if I just get my mid laner ahead, we can win games.
Did you see how
How do you
Caps
explain
played?
Caps?
Yeah,
So
thank you.
Caps is a rogue. We don't think about Caps like that. And like Caps is not your conventional mid laner.
I love it.
Westdoor
I
has
wish-
invested his mid lane resources
wish-
into Uzi.
I truly wish the viewers at home could have seen Jat and I rolling our eyes as Vadius was spewing this nonsense, and we were just waiting to jump in there. Of course, Broxer wasn't set up for success either after some terrible misinformation.
Maybe it's
about
payback.
how to play
Maybe Caps
that champion.
built up rage over
Just to
the
give you guys, just to give you guys,
Southeast.
just to give you guys a quick update, we did have a client crash on stage. It has been resolved. The players are now back into the game. And we'll see whether or not Team West can pull this back,
All right.
because
Yeah.
I'm not hopeful. I
So-
got the emo flick today because I felt like it was going to be a sad day for the West.
If our observers have an opportunity to flick over to the gold, we can kind of talk a little bit about where they can come back on. So you can see in the bot lane, things are actually very even. Top side of the map has been struggling a little bit after that early kill, but bot, Saya and Tearwolf, this is the duo that really needs to bring things back for the West, because the mid lane difference is just, it's a little too big to rely on Doublelift to be the carry right now.
Second game in a row as well, where the bot lane players for the West tend to be the hope. Yes, all of this North American pride is up top, as Licorice was trying to have you believe, but this is the side of the map that needs to step up their game and claw it back in the mid game. Westdoor, he's decided not to play around Uzi for a few minutes.
All right, look what he's doing. He's not even trying to land skill shots. He walks up to them with the slow, and then once they're slowed, you land the skill shot. He's got this Ivern thing on lock.
Yeah, and he gets it.
Jat Strats 101. Yeah, that's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. Uzi's not going to find the Tempest this time around, and Doublelift with that Phage and Kindle Gem into a completed Phantom Dancer is in a lot of trouble. 1v1, it's a close range decimate, but look at that. Just obliterated. When Westdoor's not there to hold Uzi's hand, Artifact steps in to make sure somebody is always holding Uzi. He's not used to being alone.
Yeah, this is brutal. They're going to get another plate off this turret if they want to. Remember, every plate has more armor and magic resist than the previous plate, and after you kill a single plate, there's a temporary extra bonus of armor and MR depending on the number of champions above one that are near the turret. But here we go, another fight, and look who is here.
All right, Uzi's able to escape with his life, and Westdoor will not find the skill shot because he didn't follow the
Yeah,
instructions.
he didn't run close to them first with his E, wait for the slow, and then shoot the skill shot.
I'm actually writing all of these tips and tricks down to see whether or not it'll help my game.
So you listen to his tips and tricks, but not mine, quick shot?
Yes, indeed. Diamond, not diamond. Snow!
Oh, diamond! False. Now, back to the League of Legends. Westdoor once again makes an appearance up top. Level 10 right now. The second highest level in the game, has more farm than Bang does, but Sneaky's hit for the counter gank. Only
Actually,
level
that is
7.
terrifying. Westdoor and Uzi level 10, Bang level 9.
Oh no.
Oh no!
He loses this 1v1, doesn't he, Jan?
he does.
This time around, Westdoor took it to the next level. Wait for the enemy to come melee range to you.
Yeah.
And then cast your spells. Westdoor 2-0-4.
Oh, this is going to be...
He's got a completed Ardent Sensor, and he's got Uzi and Triple to buff up. This is really good. But for the West, Saya and Tearwolf are doing a lot of work. The Chemo Plague is working out. That's a flash forward from Saya. Transfusions will buy some time. Artifact goes golden thanks to the stopwatch, and the teleport will be channeled. Bang's coming in for the fight. Triple dashes away to safety, doesn't get caught by the stun. Saya still not able to find himself a kill. Now he's in a 1v3. No cooldowns available. And the East get themselves 3 total kills at the cost of only Uzi.
Extremely good stopwatch by Artifact. Like, that's the thing when you're up against Pyke. It is absolutely worth it to burn a flash or a stopwatch to stop that thing. It prevents the reset and prevents yourself from dying.
Man, the West are just falling apart right now. 4 kills to 12 in the early game, and Westdoor has been the player that's been swinging a lot of this in their favor. Now, we seem to miss a bit of a play that was going on in the jungle. Uzi, 1v2, looks like that he's gonna drop. Is able to get the double knockup. And only gets away with it because of Sneaky stopwatch. Beautifully played there from Uzi, demonstrating he can carry on multiple lanes.
Yeah, very close to the double kill there. Only going to get stronger from here. Great CS, already 5 kills, and the Ardent Sensor probably going on him in most of the fights from the Westdoor shield.
Ooh, Bang really wanted to chase that one down. One more hit maybe would have given him the confidence to throw down that Chaos Storm. And look at Doublelift. He spent so much time running away. 68 CS to 122. His tower's about to fall. And yes, Tearwolf is there, but look at the minimap. Artifact is just close enough. Westdoor's more than close enough to also get involved. And the East have got themselves a 6,000 gold lead before 15 minutes. So maybe be more impressive than game one.
What's important to remember as well is that ooh, here comes the TP flank.
All right, let's see what this does.
BRTT.
BRTT's coming to help, but there's no Chemo Plague available. Nor is there an ultimate available for Tearwolf. Rimpress is doing a lot. Triple uses the killer instinct really, really well. Puts a lot of distance. Realmwolf comes up. BRTT! He butchers that one. You can see he's an AD carry player. Artifact is killed at the cost of the TP. And Westdoor almost goes down. Doublelift finally figuring out how to play Darius.
Ooh, he's able to get away with his life in that one. 2 versus 1. Finally survives. Uzi does not secure another kill, but now the West are getting a bit more map control. They've invested 3 members towards the bot side. Can they secure the first tower of the game?
And of course, very important to note, after the 14-minute mark, so the tower plating has dropped. The bonus gold not available to them. Tower First Blood was secured by the West. That is a small victory.
Yep.
It's at the cost of their mid lane tower, though, as Uzi and Westdoor have shoved it. They can also push top and help Bang get the second tower of the game.
Yeah, they will end up getting a turret advantage. That extra 150 gold for first turret does go over to the Westdoor, as you mentioned. Just a consolation prize. Tearwolf sneaks in behind. Now it's a 2v3.
All right, take a look at this. The quickness goes down from Artifact. That's more than enough CC to allow a quick and easy kill onto Sneaky. Uzi is being gifted. Look at how the East coordinate. They back off. They do not use any abilities. They do not run the risk of kill stealing from Sir Uzi. They set it up once again, and that was the play you wanted to see.
The combo, Jat.
And then you got to see the root caller into Yasuo just flying across the screen to kill you.
And look at all these bounties on the side of the East.
Oh, it feels so
600
bad.
top lane, 600 jungle, 700 mid lane, 450 on triple, and this was supposed to be the winning lane for the West,
You know
but
what
things
it
are falling
feels-
apart.
You know what it feels like to me?
Tell me.
In a lot of RPGs, you have bags of gold, right? And that's
Yeah.
the visualization.
Yeah.
It feels like the East are holding their bags of gold, going na 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 na.
Yeah.
Just in front of the West, because they have absolutely everything on lockdown. It's getting close to a 10,000 gold lead. Saya survives a few seconds longer. The Hemo Plague will buy some time. The pop comes up.
Still alive.
This is very impressive. It looked a little scarier than it was going to be. Now, Sneaky's got no barrel available to him, so that's going to be difficult. Look, though, here comes Doublelift. Can they chase down Triple Uzi and Artifact? Westdoor's going to join the fight. The tower has been killed, and Doublelift locked in place. He's going to pick a fight with Westdoor. Sneaky is trying to help him out. Westdoor escaped with his life. Is now Uzi and Triple and Artifact. They turn it around. The East are on the hunt. Westdoor's going to connect there onto Doublelift. He's knocked into the air. He may as well get frequent flyer miles. A lot of damage being secured as Triple looking for the missiles. Won't find it just yet. Uzi comes in. Westdoor, how dare you steal that from Sir Uzi? Triple is taken down by Sneaky, though. So it's at least a 1-for-1 until Uzi picks up another onto Tearwolf. 17 kills to 6 and a 10,000 gold lead.
I'm going to go out on a limb here. I think this game will be shorter than the last game, even though the goal to 15 is pretty close.
It is, but it's worse now that there's North American players playing. I think the pivot in strategy, the pivot in starting roster, it hasn't worked out. And you know, I like the theory, Licorice. I appreciate the confidence, but Peanut and Team East just have the West beat.
It honestly feels like that the East are just beating the West with their bags of gold right now. 900 is the bounty in Uzi's back pocket. The Darius counterpick on paper looked good, but the West were not prepared, surprisingly, for the protect the Uzi composition, which
Just
so
disappointing.
far have played to perfection.
Who could have predicted that
Who?
people would camp Uzi's lane?
Yeah.
Check the Yasuo.
I mean, there's no ways, right? Well, look, I don't want to take anything away from the East. I have developed a peanut allergy over the last 2 hours, and it is definitely hurting because look at this. Artifact gets the charm onto BRTT immediately after killing Tearwolf, and the Realm Warp will buy a few seconds time. I was kind of hoping the East would continue to chase. They've got a 12 kill advantage. They're pushing to inner turrets. Mountain Drake is secured, and they have a Kai'Sa as well. So, I don't think there's a comeback mechanic in.
Oh, well,
Look at the bounties!
let's not forget Rookie versus Towers in the last game. How will East look to play around these towers now? So far, the siege has been pretty clean.
Pretty well.
Okay, yeah, that was good League of Legends, I admit.
Do you want to carry on with that point?
I'm giving you options, Quick Shot. I'm giving you Analysis.
That's a very bold statement there, Vedius.
You know, as a caster, you can't just say, well, the game's done, it's over. You got to look at what could they do. In this instance, it's a, well, you could read a book in your free time. You could learn to knit.
You could learn about Ivern.
You could learn.
I
think the West have learned a lot about Ivern in this game.
307. Westdoor is absolutely obliterating this game. 1,000 gold bounty for Uzi. And it's been a clinic. Maybe Nexus Blitz will help us out, a little bit more of a full fun game. But
Maybe. And, you know, so I've joked a lot this game about Ivern and, like, the simplistic ways you can get victory with him, but I do think there's, like, an overall point towards climbing in League of Legends where it is very easy to look at highlight videos and watch pros and think, hey, the way I get better is, like, 150 ribbon games, and then I'll be able to win my lane and take over the game. But so many of these little things that I stated, a lot of players just don't do. Like, they'll go for the max range skill shot instead of flashing next to the person and guaranteeing the skill shot to get the kill. And funnily enough, Westdoor, who's been playing for a while, almost never been able to win lane, like his whole career. Yeah. Been able to stay a pro player and made it to Worlds multiple times because he actually gets a lot of the little things.
And
all right, that's it.
So, I will say, the reason why Ivern is not considered good in competitive play is because of how easy he is to counter jungle. He has no dueling power, he generates no jungle pressure, and the advantage that the East have is they're against the Gragas, who can't punish him in the jungle.
And not only that, 380 carry players.
I mean, it's true.
That all they've done for the first 15 minutes of every game for the last 6 years is farm. Very nicely done by Uzi. He jumps onto VRTT. Not going to pick up the kill, but triple will. Saya goes into the into the Sanguine pool just to survive as the Chaos Storm chases them away. Team East are going to be able to push onto this inhibitor turret. And as you mentioned, Bettis, it was coordination that was necessary to
they've
take
got the Rift
down
Herald as well.
On that jungle, Ivern. Rift Herald comes in. Right, give me a dancing Rift Herald. This is what I want to see. Team East will take down the inhibitor. They're going to look for the chase. That's a dive forward from Uzi. He goes in, uses the stopwatch. The Herald's going to get the boot onto the Nexus turret. We might get ourselves a dancing Herald. It's down to 4,000 HP. Follow the Herald. Team East continue to push. It's a 4 versus 5 that the Team West have to try to defend. The Herald, 3,000 HP. Triples back.
Oh no! The Herald is down.
What an all-star.
Team West, they defend the Rift Herald siege, but they will not defend their Nexus. 21.5 minutes into the game. Team
They're going
East
for it.
are obliterating the West. The 80 carry combination and the Team West team are defeated the hands of the East. 2-0 in one hell of a crush.
But it's not over yet.
Yeah, I think you still play the third game because you can't complete the. It's not a best of 3.
It's a 3.
3.
Yes, hit the nail on the head.
The same way best of 2 could end in the tie.
We still
This
have
can end in the
5.
3-0.
Yeah, we still have 5 players that need to play. You haven't defeated all of the West yet. You've just defeated
Haven't
a
seen
good.
Ladies and
portion
gentlemen,
of them.
we are in Vegas. Double or nothing, the next game defines.
Yes.
Okay? Whoever wins the next match, let's get Licorice and Peanut to have a conversation. Do they agree that whoever wins Nexus Blitz can have eternal glory in East versus West?
That is one thing. Or double or nothing could mean 2-2. For some reason, I just decided to make this way less exciting because double does mean 2 instead of 1.
I would accept the tie, actually. I think as a European caster,
Yes.
I can live with that, and I think the memes would be far more entertaining for it to be a draw in that regard, right?
Yeah.
They pay off for much longer, in my opinion.
Uzi
that
and
hurt to watch.
Westdoor styled on that game.
They did.
Like, that was... Westdoor was always mid lane, but also was using the timing of his camp spawns pretty well. With Boots mobility, super important on Ivern as well, to be able to camp a lane just like that. Because we saw him 3 levels ahead of Sneaky at one point in the game.
Really excited for the RNG announcement next year of Uzi now to mid lane. I think
At Westdoor signed on.
the third jungler of the
Not everybody follows the LEC news, okay? Not everybody follows that style. But that was tough to watch, no? Like,
I mean, it wasn't. I had a lot of fun watching Doublelift and Sneaky be obliterated by Uzi and Westdoor.
what is amazing to see and what is very fun is you don't frequently get to watch pro players on this stage against other pro players playing off-roll.
Yeah.
But also really, really, really shining. Like, you know, Jat strats for Ivern could have increased Westdoor's performance from like the 95 percentile to like the 98 percentile, right?
Right.
But he was hitting 95 percentile and really playing so well. It's beautiful to watch because in my head, I always just like type class people and I never really think about all the solo queue games and the streaming games they play.
I think it's important to remember that in solo queue, people don't always recognize some of the big weaknesses of champions, which is why things like Ivern could be taken advantage of. Nocturne mid is another one. People don't think to camp it. If he is 0-2 in lane, he doesn't do very much, right? So you just got to find these niche picks that don't require a high skill bar in order to maximize, but can get you a lot of benefits if played to a mediocre to slightly above average level.
Yeah, and Bang, if we're going through the East versus West lens, like 1/5 of that East team is actually part of the West team now, joining 100 Thieves. And not only did he win a Zed mirror match in the 1v1, he then won Victor versus Rise. So going into more of the 1v1s today, Uzi, Bang, like watching those 80 carries, being able to flex in and out of marksman and non-marksman play is going to be fun to see.
It does make me very happy that the West does have, the West did have a player that picked up a win, you know, in Bang. I mean, it's a little early to call that, but I think it is fair, you know. He had the 100 Thief sticker yesterday.
We still have the 1v1s later, quick shot. Don't give up on the West just yet.
But this is the bracket that's called East versus West.
That's true.
Right? So specifically from the 2 games that we have seen already, the West was able to put up a good performance in Bang. So thank you for that one, Bang.
Thank you, Bang.
I have to claim it as much as I can.
But let's not forget, Double or Nothing coming up next. Nexus Blitz, the expert over here, Jat. You've seen your Ivern already. Nexus Blitz.
He's really bad on Nexus.
Really bad. I can imagine. Amugo, I've seen is broken for some reason.
Sid, I want to also quickly ask, has Doublelift just been his career now in free fall after winning the 2v2? Right?
Perhaps.
Like every match since lifting his first international trophy. Really, really just, you know, disappointing. And for a player of that caliber, I expected more.
What I think we learned is that Voyboy was the real winner and that Doublelift was there for the ride, perhaps?
A little. Doublelift was able to defeat BRTT.
That's true.
Yeah. He was.
And then he did not win the next
No, I mean, that Olaf was just depressing, and I'm not going to forgive you for it. But for more on how that match played out, we're going to head down to Shucks and Caps.
Why, thank you very much indeed. Joined here by Caps. Caps, it's not going well. East versus West. What's going on?
Well, I guess the Eastern teams are a bit too good. We already lost to NA, so losing to East now as well.
There's good news, though. The next mode is East versus West Nexus Blitz, and you have a lot of NA players, so they're like the for fun region. So do you think that's going to go better?
I think so. I played the Nexus Blitz myself yesterday, and we won, so I have a lot of faith in us, and I hope we can at least get one win today.
Okay, things are looking up. Now, you're also in the 1v1 tournament. Still, there's a lot of big names there. The biggest one is, of course, Pabu from OCE. Do you think you'll be able to beat him?
I hope so, but first I have to go through Maple, so
yes.
I'm focusing on one match at a time, and then maybe I can look towards the final and semifinals after.
Maybe, indeed. I was just making a joke. I think Pabu is a smaller name but he's doing incredible. But as you say, Maple is in there, Rookie is in there, Faker is in there, and it feels like this kind of competition, the 1v1, is something that you take quite seriously. Am I right? Because, you know, you're a very mechanical player, so...
Well, I actually always wanted to go All-Stars because I wanted to win the 1v1 tournament. So it was like a big dream of mine to go All-Stars. But now that I actually got to All-Stars, I kind of had a huge break in the offseason because I've been talking with so many teams, and I've been trying to take a break before the next season.
Yeah.
So I actually am not too serious about the 1v1 tournament.
You feel like you got worse, or like you got worse?
Well, I basically didn't play solo queue for like 6 days or something.
So is that an excuse, I hear?
Yeah, I'm definitely making excuses. Just so that it looks even better when I win, right?
All right, nice. Finally, Broxa just commented that he hopes that Nemesis is going to smash you next season. Is there anything you want to say to your future opponent?
Well, I don't think he will, right? I think Perks already made it quite clear what's going to happen next split. I'm feeling pretty confident in the G2 lineup, and I hope we're going to show on stage.
No trash talk, eh? A reformed Caps here. Well, good luck, and good luck in the rest in the tournament. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with more action in Nexus Blitz. Don't go anywhere.